Hello everyone, welcome to Homework Help. If you find the video useful, please subscribe to the channel. So in this video, we'll solve a polynomial equation. As per the problem, solve the equation. And this is the given equation. In this equation on the left side, we have 2 times x squared minus 4x squared. And in the second term, we have negative 5 times x squared minus 4x. We should not distribute the terms in this equation. To solve this equation, we should use substitution method. Since the expression in the parentheses is the same and there is a square on one of them, we can solve this as a quadratic equation. We can do the substitution. Let y equals x squared minus 4x. We can replace x squared minus 4x by y. So we get next, we should set this equation equal to 0. We should subtract 3 from both sides. This is a complex trinomial. We can use decomposition method or crisscross method to factor this equation and then solve it. Let's use decomposition method in this video. We have to find two numbers whose sum is negative 5. And product is 2 times negative 3, which is equal to negative 6. We should focus on the product number. The first pair that comes to my mind is negative 1 and 6. Negative 1 plus 6 is equal to 5. But we are looking for a sum of negative 5. So we should switch the signs on these two numbers. So the numbers are plus 1 and negative 6. We can use these two numbers to break up the middle term. Now we can use the grouping method. We can pair up the first two terms and the last two terms. We can do common factoring from each pair. From the first pair, we can factor out a y. From the second pair, we can factor out negative 3. Next, we can factor out 2y plus 1 from both terms. So this is the factored form of the equation. Next, we can solve this equation by setting each factor equal to 0 and solving for y. We can solve for y. I get y equals negative 1 over 2. Now we can analyze the second factor. So this is the second value of y. So these are the two values of y we have to use to find the value of x. We know that y is equal to x squared minus 4x. So let's analyze the first y value, negative half. We can get rid of the 2 in the denominator on the right side by multiplying all terms by 2. The 2's on the right side get cancelled out. Next, we can set this equation equal to 0 by adding 1 to both sides. Now we have to solve this complex trinomial to find the value of x. For the first case, y equals -half. We cannot factor this equation, so we have to use quadratic formula to solve this equation. I'll write the quadratic formula. In this equation, a is equal to 2, the coefficient of the x square term, b is equal to -8, the coefficient of the x term, and c is equal to 1. Now we can sub in the values of a, b, and c to find the value of x. Minus -8 is equal to +8. -8 square is 64. 4 times 2 times 1 is 8. 64 minus 8 is equal to 56. Square root of 56 can be simplified by breaking down 56 into 4 times 14. Square root of 4 is equal to 2. Next, we can factor out 2 from the numerator. We can reduce the 2 in the numerator and the 4 in the denominator. So we get two solutions, 4 plus square root of 14 over 2 and 4 minus square root of 14 over 2. So these are the exact values of x for the first case, y equals -half. Now we can analyze the second case, y equals 3. We can set this equation equal to 0 by subtracting 3 from both sides. We cannot factor this equation, so we have to use quadratic formula to solve this equation. In this equation, a is equal to 1, b is equal to -4, and c is equal to -3. Now we can sub in these values in the quadratic formula. We can simplify square root of 28 by breaking it down into 4 times 7. Square root of 4 is equal to 2. Next, we can factor out a 2 from the numerator. Next, we can cancel out the 2 in the numerator and the denominator. So we get two values for x, 2 plus square root of 7 and 2 minus square root of 7. So these are the two solutions for the second y value, 3. So in total, this equation has 4 solutions. 4 plus square root of 14 over 2, 4 minus square root of 14 over 2, and 2 plus square root of 7, and 2 minus square root of 7. So these are the steps you have to keep in mind to solve a problem like this one. So I hope you'll find this video useful. Please share it, like it, and subscribe to Homework Help. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.